Pollen. We can see it on our cars, we can feel its effect on us, and Rob can tell us how bad it is on a daily basis. But where does this measurement come from? To find out, I traveled up to Summerville, where Charleston Allergy and Asthma collect and count pollen daily. This 30-foot pole, commonly mistaken for a flagpole outside of their office, does not hold the stars and stripes, rather a pollen counter called a rotorod. Dr. Arthur Davidson from the clinic explains how it works.
It has a little plastic slide that's coated with Vaseline, and it waves the slide around in the air for 1 minute out of every 10 minutes.
After 24 hours, the slide is brought off of the rotorod and brought into the office. Any pollen that has stuck to the slide over the period is then highlighted with a special stain, which turns the pollen shades of bright pink and yellow. Despite this, a microscope is necessary to closely observe and count the pollen, which workers do every single day. Pollen to us just looks green, but under the magnified eye of a microscope, grains look like shapes and spirals. These shapes are markers for Dr. Davidson and others at the clinic to identify different species of plant, grass, and mold.
You can actually tell what kind of pollen is in the air by the physical appearance of the pollen that you're looking at under the microscope. It tells you what's been there for the last 24 hours.
Pine pollen, for example, looks like Mickey Mouse ears. Workers go through the entire slide identifying and counting individual and different grains of pollen. It's a time-consuming process, as counting can take several hours if there is a lot of pollen, which there usually is here this time of year. It is necessary, though, as pollen, and especially mold here in the Low Country, is high during allergy season. By understanding what strains and what allergens are in the air on a daily basis, allergy sufferers can plan their day and avoid discomfort. If you happen to be one of those who hate the season for that reason alone, Dr. Davidson recommends trying to keep the outside by washing hair, clothes, and hands often, and being sure to keep those windows and doors closed. Medication can also make the times you have to head outdoors a bit more bearable.
It's a really good idea to medicate. Antihistamines and nasal steroid sprays are the most effective treatments, and there are very good ones that are available over the counter.
Meanwhile, this machine will be working, spinning along, gathering pollen every 10 minutes to be recorded daily by the allergists at Charleston Allergy and Asthma. For your Moment of Science, I'm Storm Team 2 meteorologist David Dixon.